morning, everybody. Conscious coffee time. So this morning, actually last night, I was having sex. And then this morning, I was having sex. And I thought, why is it that I have sex almost every single day? Why? Why do I have sex almost every single day? And I realized that it provides me focus. I realize that it provides me just this beautiful state of desire, of fulfillment in a whole new way. It allows me to really tap in and feel myself. You know, often being a sex and relationship coach for all these years, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, you know, what does a sex and relationship coach do? What does a sex coach do? And that's one of the biggest things that I get asked is, well, that's a very interesting choice of profession. What do you do exactly? I mean, what do you help people do? Do you help people have better, safe sex? Do you tell people, you know, like all this different, what do you teach? How do you do it? And I, over and over again, tell people, in my practice, what I do is I help people have bigger, better, more conscious, more fulfilling, connective sex. That doesn't always mean that we're actually having sex every single day. When I say that I have sex almost every single day, it's not sex every single day. It's turn on, it's attention, it's connection, it's arousal, it's allowing yourself to play, allowing yourself to enjoy life. And sometimes that is an actual physical act of sex. Sometimes that is the connection with somebody else. Sometimes it's a connection with self. Sometimes it's just really getting into this beautiful state of sexual energy and breathing it in and letting yourself feel it. That's where the little tantric twist comes in. Now, Tantra is one of those things that a lot of people think is nothing but sex, sex, sex. I know a lot of people follow me because they're like, oh, wow, she teaches Tantra, she's a tantric practitioner, she's going to do this, she's going to do that, I'm going to get to learn how to stand on my head and spread my legs and spin like a whatever top, and this is going to give me mind-blowing sex. I'm going to learn all about the Kama Sutra and all about this and about that. I don't understand that chakra thing. I don't understand energy. I don't really care about that. Just tell me how I'm going to have these massive, full body, if that's possible, orgasms, and how I can get my woman or to have more sex with me, or my guy to want to have less sex with me or better sex with me. How am I going to have all of this sex, sex, sex in all these cool new positions, right? That's not what Tantra is. Tantra's not that at all. Just like that's not what sex is. Tantra is about weaving all of life together. Me sitting here doing this conscious coffee with this little thingy that I found because I felt like that was like a focus point, and in my title I'm using the word focus, so I was like, oh, I love the color purple, and that's like a big light focus point. But me sitting here drinking this coffee, it can be a very tantric experience. It can be a very sensual, sexual experience to just enjoy a cup of coffee. How can that be? How can drinking a cup of coffee be sexual? Especially if there's nobody there. There's nobody like fondling me right now. I'm not fondling myself. I'm not flirting with anybody. Just jibber-jabbering about this stuff with random people that are popping on a live stream on Facebook. So how can that be sexual, right? It's not, but it is. And it is because of consciousness, because of awareness, presence, and the enjoyment of drinking a good cup of coffee, which is one of my favorite things in this life, is coffee. I love the flavor of coffee. I love just how it ignites my mouth, how it warms my chest. I enjoy a really good cup of coffee, and it just turns me on. Just talking about my coffee ignites my genitals. How is that possible? Coffee your thing, Kendal? You got a thing about coffee? You got a coffee fetish? Perhaps I do. I don't know. I don't really think that that's a fetish to really fully enjoy it. I could be sitting here and talking about a glass of wine. I could be talking about the poke bowl that I had for dinner last night. I could be talking about a movie, or my favorite blanket at the end of my bed that's oh so soft and furry and just makes me feel warm and cozy and sensual. Because that blanket, when it rubs up against my skin, feels really good. It feels really, really good. And it ignites me, and it makes me just love that little moment with my blanket. Now, these are things that aren't other people. They're not sexual to wrap up in your warm and cozy blanket, or your favorite sweatshirt, or, put on your favorite fuzzy socks, or sit in front of a fireplace with nobody there, to snuggle up and read a good book, to enjoy your cup of coffee, a glass of wine, a really good food. That's not sexual. But it ignites the senses. And when we focus on our sex, in the essence of that, it weaves into everything else. It ignites everything else, and we are the focus point for it. That means not our body being penetrated or penetrating. That's not us, fondling another human body either, or even masturbating, playing with ourselves. What it is to be ignited at that level and to focus your sex means that you are becoming consciously embodied. Okay? To embody yourself, to actually feel into your body, to be able to stimulate through the senses. Yesterday I was talking to a woman, a client of mine, love you if you catch this, talking to a client of mine, and I had her do this exercise where I asked her to take her hand and place it on her chest, and I asked her to take her other hand and place it right at her pubic bone on her genitals. I asked her to feel the warmth in her hands and to breathe deep down into her pussy. I asked her to breathe deep and to feel what was rising up from there, and to ask herself where her intuition was coming from, where this directional sense, this guidance that she was proclaiming that she felt, but she was wavering on, where was it stemming from? Where in her body was getting ignited when she brought her attention inward? Now, she's a new client of mine, so we haven't gone through a lot of exercises. She doesn't really fathom a lot of this different stuff. We haven't done the body awareness stuff because this is like brand new. So she was lost. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't really feel anything. I don't know. Maybe it's coming from my heart. Answering me as though, is that the right answer? There was not really a right answer. I just wanted her to tap into her body. I wanted her to feel her own presence inside of herself, something more than just her physical being, but the consciousness that resides in her physical being. And that is sexual. That is creative. That is so vast and big, and yet contained right here within this body of ours. So when we focus on our sex, what we actually do is we focus our consciousness. We focus our consciousness on that ignites us, that turns us on, that fulfills us, that brings us joy, that brings us passion, that makes us just say, yes, yes, I feel good. Yes, I want more. Yes, I desire so much, but I'm so fulfilled and so happy right here. That is a sexual energy. That is a desire-based, fulfilling, sexual, creative energy. In the tantric world, we call it Kundalini. We call it life force energy. Other faiths and belief structures around the world might call it chi. Then you got life force energy, right? You have sexual energy. And a million and one other terms for exactly the same thing. So since one of my foundational tools is Tantra, I'm going to talk Kundalini, okay? Kundalini energy is believed to sit at the base of the spine. It is kind of like a serpent that wraps itself up as it ignites, opens, activates, as we like to say, activates in the body, it ignites, and it kind of does this. Kind of what, if you picture DNA strands and how they weave, That is the same thing as what Kundalini energy does. Another great depiction of it is if you look at at a doctor's logo. The medical industry has the snake wrapping around the staff, or two snakes that wrap around the staff. Snakes have been, for the course of many, many thousands of years, are looked upon as healing. They are great spiritual healers. It is looked at as though the snake is a healing symbol, okay, which is why snakes are on the medical industry. It goes back thousands of years, previous Christ beliefs and everything. You're going to find them across the world, and they are looked at as these beautiful healing tools of transformation, growth, and healing. Well, Kundalini energy operates much like that snake that is wrapping up the staff, and it clears out, it heals, it ignites as it activates. Now, we're all activated. No such thing as an unactivated person in our sexual energy and our Kundalini chi energy. We might operate at lower frequencies to bring it to quantum land of modern world lingo. That's, quantum realm of energy. We operate at different frequencies. So as that Kundalini ignites, activates, it increases its frequency, and you get vibrating at a higher level. And that's where purification starts to happen from a DNA level. Okay, and you might feel warmth and tingling, different sensations. Coffee will taste more. You'll be able to pick out flavors. You'll be able to pick out scents and different ways of looking at things. All of a sudden the grass will be greener. All of a sudden you'll smell something. It'll be so much just like, wow. It could be like ugh too, because some things don't smell right. But as we activate that and focus it and love on it and learn how to pull that up, that helps ignite our body. That is a sexual focus. A couple years ago, I was teaching a workshop, a Tantra workshop, and I was sitting on the floor doing meditation and breathing exercises with, 15, 20 people in the room. And we were going through, and I remember I leaned forward and did this little stretch, and I took a good deep breath in, and I pulsed my lower chakra area, my root chakra, and just by doing a Kegel exercise, just as I was breathing, and I brought that energy up, and I kid you not, I sat there and I was like, whew, I had to hold onto the floor for a second because I thought that I was going to have this massive rip-roaring orgasm right there in a room full of people sitting on the floor with nothing stimulating going on other than my breath. I shared that with that audience. I shared with that group of people. I was like, wow, this just happened, and everybody was like, how is that possible? How can you breathe and get orgasmic stimulation to come up like that? What is the trick? What is a trick? How do you do that? Is it possible? Are you lying to us? I was not lying. I really did almost have an orgasm. I've had some beautiful orgasmic experiences through the course of my life. That being one of those that definitely teetered. I wish that I had not had been with my partner, or just, not in a room full of people in that moment. But it was being able to embody the self, being able to bring the consciousness to the breath and to where it was being activated, and being able to pull it up, and also doing the clearing work, the healing work to open up the physical body, because so many of us walk around with all this tension and everything in our bodies, all this stress. We live in a touch deprived world. We live in a world where we're connected to our phones. They are our primary relationship. It is our phone that's our primary relationship, not our partners, not anybody else out there. It's our phone, and our phones just aren't really getting the job done, if you know what I mean. A lot of people will reach out and look at porn, will do these fantasy things, and when they do have intimacy with their partners, it's fast, it's quick, and it's friction based. There's no heart, there's no soul, and they're not embodying themselves. They're going for the quick release, not the deep, beautiful, full body expression of sex. In order to be able to have breath stimulate you sexually, You have to be able to embody yourself. You have to bring your consciousness and be able to put it into just one little spot and become that one little spot without expectation. Goalless, go figure. In order to have mind-blowing sex, in order to have mind-blowing orgasms, you have to become goalless. You have to fully embody yourself, fully connect to yourself, open yourself up to your partner, and let it be goalless. That's where play comes in. That's where just this beautiful relaxation and surrender comes in. And we live in a world where we're told that that's not okay. That's not okay. Stay in your mind. Keep it safe. Don't catch the feels. Don't do this. Don't do that. Ignore your feelings. Ignore your emotions. That's crazy. They don't mean anything. That's your freaking GPS system. You wonder why shit's not going right for you. You wonder why you're not happy. You wonder why you can't connect. You wonder why washing your hands feels better than making love to your partner. You wonder why you just don't have the desire for sex. You wonder why you don't have the desire to get your butt up and do the things for your own body, like exercise and eat right. You wonder why you don't have the stamina to really get done the things that you need to get done with your work, with your business. You wonder why you're constantly just fatigued and you just are like, oh God, not another day of this. I hope I survive. You wonder why you're looking forward to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the holidays. You're counting down the days until you can take your vacation so that you can just go, huh. But you spend 3-4 days of your 7-day vacation overthinking and stressed out and still not enjoying the trip. Yeah. All of that is because you're so armored up. You're so bottled up in your body. And it hurts so bad that you've now just become a great big bobblehead. So you're just walking around bobbleheading it. And you're not feeling. You're not feeling because that feeling is scary. It's scary to tap into those areas because inevitably what you're going to have to do is ask yourself, why am I not happy? And the majority of people don't want that answer. They think they want that answer. They think they want growth. They think they want transformation. They think they want healing. They think they want coaching. And then when it comes right down to it, they go, oh, fuck. That's scary. I don't really want that. Like, no, never mind. I will sit here in this little shell, not feeling, barely surviving, just existing, and let this life completely pass me by. Because that's better than cracking open this shell and accessing all of this and dealing with what's holding me back and actually thriving, feeling, igniting, living a turned on fuck yes life. But when you focus your sex, because people come to me all the time and they're like, hey Kendal, teach me all these cool sex positions, teach me how to have better sex, teach me how to have more sex, teach. Yeah. The lesson is embodiment. The lesson is to focus your sex means to embody thyself. That's what it is. You want bigger, better orgasms. You want more sex. You want more intimacy. You want connection. You want to feel understood. You want vitality and stamina. You want creativity. You want play and joy. You want to feel love. You want to be love. You want to express yourself. You want to be living raw, authentic. You want integrity and truth. Then embody your fucking self. Embody. Because that's the key to everything. And I can tell you that you can embody yourself with just a few simple exercises. You can embody yourself by just taking the focus off of the goal so much. Letting go. Tapping into flow. What does that feel like? Does flow feel like you gotta work your ass off for it? Is flow a word that makes you go, man, I really need to get really, really hardcore, work hard at this? No. Flow is ease. Flow is ease. Flow is about letting it move through you. But you let it move through you by becoming aware, by becoming present, by expanding and opening yourself, by doing the work, which is releasing and letting go. So, on that note, my dog wants out. On that note, all of you local people, I have created a beautiful, many years ago. I'll start here. Many years ago. And we're talking like 20 years ago. Maybe more at this point. Many years ago. I was doing energetic body work. And this last Saturday, I taught a workshop, an introductory workshop to quantum field Tantra, where I taught everybody a beautiful quantum sensation to be able to activate their bodies, to be able to impact others, and to be able to move energy through the body and use that orgasmic energy to help themselves or their partner reach expanded orgasmic levels through energy. So for any of you guys out there who understand quantum touch, who understand Reiki, who understand any of that stuff, this was definitely on that line, except it was expanded on, and as I like to say, it's definitely like my little magic trick. So for any of you local people, know that I have reactivated my 10-part series of structured quantum field Tantra body work, and that is available on my website at www.kendalwilliams.com. If you are interested in that, it is called Tantric Integration in Action, and you can definitely grab the consult that is in the comments section, fill that out, and get your butt in to experience some really beautiful tantric healing work, body work that I will be providing for the rest of this year at least. I also have a beautiful tantric practitioner certification that is out, that we will be starting at the end of this month. It is available global to everybody, and we will be doing a retreat in Costa Rica in May. So that is very, very exciting, where we will be able to take all that I teach on a daily basis in my musings and in my conscious coffees and one-on-one with my clients. I'm going to be taking all of that, compiling it, expanding it, doing more, and providing you a really in-depth version of it. For all of you that are not in the area, guess what? I still do one-on-one coaching. It doesn't matter where you're at in this world. Fill out the application. Let's get you activated. Let's get you turned on. Let's get you having that orgasmic life, that turned on expression of who you are. Okay? Because that is who you are supposed to be. That is that soul level for so many of us. And we just don't embrace it. We don't realize it because we've been shamed around it. We don't feel worthy of it. It scares us. We have been told that it is scary. We have been told that it is scary. And it is when we have shame and guilt wrapped around it. When we are bogged down by fear, then our sex is scary. Especially when we think of it as though it's just, this penetration game where, it's about the physical only. And we think about all the things that can go wrong there, and it's like, oh, sex is just for men, it's just this quick release, it's just this, it's not for women. All right, guess what, ladies? Guys don't have a point on their body that has 9,000 nerve endings designed just for pleasure, but we do 9,000 nerve endings in one little area, and guys don't have it. Guys might ejaculate every single time, but just as I was laying in bed this morning with my lover, and I was saying, sex just isn't about the climax. It isn't. Sex is not just about the climax. Good sex does not mean climax. Good sex is about intimacy. Good sex is about connection. Good sex is about feeling each other's energies and melding it together and having this yummy, beautiful dance. There's so many times that I think about some of my partners in the past and in the current, and the best experiences that I have are those really connective, joy-filled expressions of each person coming together and uniting in that moment and just basking in it with each other. Those are those breathtaking experiences. It's not about the climax. Now, the climax is beautiful. It's great. Okay, it's absolutely beautiful and great. But the thing that is really, really great is when we can really feel. We feel our partner by feeling ourselves. And I want you to ask yourself today, When was the last time I actually allowed myself to really truly feel myself at that level? When was the last time that I allowed myself to really be comfortable in my sex? To not be worried about all these other things, to not be overthinking it, to not be charging after a goal, but instead to get very present in my body and to open with just the desire to connect. When was the last time you did that? Ask yourself that. Hey, morning, Woody. I saw you pop up in Lance too. Keisha on there. Those times, those are the special times. Those are the times that are just beautiful. And that's what makes sex a godly act. That is the sex that we were intended on having. Not this friction-based prostitution game where one person is getting off and it's like, and we're done, you know? And it was what, 5, 10, 15 minutes long, and that's that? Or somebody playing out some fantasy for another and they're just doing it so that they can get their other person off in some way or get something, gain something from them, and it's not about connection. It's about something else. It's not the fake. It's not the look that somebody has. O-face doesn't freaking matter. You can fake an O-face. You can't fake the connection. You can't fake the embodiment. You can't fake the beautiful vibrations that move through our physical bodies that really truly tap into our orgasm. And now I'm talking about that spiritual orgasm, that touching the big toe of God. Mind-blowing. Really tapping in. That's tantric. That's tantric sex. And you can do that by just sitting and eye gazing with your partner. You can do that by just spooning and holding on. Or you can do it in a beautiful, beautiful uniting of two people. Or more, if that's what you're into. You have beautiful tantric experiences that way too. So I ask yourself to ask yourself those questions. When was the last time that you allowed yourself to embody yourself at that level? How did it feel? If you have never allowed yourself to embody yourself at that level, if you're like my beautiful client who's trying to figure out where the heck her intuition is coming from, where does that feeling come from? And you're just sitting there going, this embodiment thing, what are you talking about? And you're overthinking, thinking. Then it's time for you to slow the fuck down and breathe into yourself. Breathe into yourself. Take 5 minutes today to breathe into yourself. See if you can calm your thoughts down. You're not going to be able to still them. They're going to just be there. But you can prevent yourself from attaching to them and running with them. You can bring yourself into this beautiful space of detachment from thought and access your core, access your truth right there, right there. And of course, if I've said anything that touched you, made you think of somebody, made you go, aha, hit the share button, share this conscious coffee with this pretty little purple light right here. Look, I think I can do like these, I don't know. I was like trying to play with it earlier. What can I do with this purple light around me? I feel like I'm at the salon. My beautician, he has this great big light that he puts right there to take pictures, to put Instagram pictures up. So after he gets done doing your hair, he has a light like this, and he takes pictures through it to get just the right lighting and everything. And when this came on, I was thinking of that. I was like, man, all of a sudden I feel like I'm off to the salon. Is it going to make my hair look just as good as it does at his place? No, it doesn't. But, so ask yourself that. And if you need assistance, if you want help, if I've touched you in any way, reach out to me, fill out the consult, activate, and focus your sexual energy by taking the goal off the table. As always, stop existing, start living. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Thank you, everybody who was popping on here, giving your love, your likes, and your comments. I will catch you tomorrow.